Hey guys, just finished watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 2, episode 14. Love in the inside of Hydra, in the Hydra time, something like that. It'll be up there in the title. Um, this episode definitely was interesting. It was not next week's episode definitely looks way better, just by the trailer. This episode with the whole Hydra and stuff like that. It wasn't as big a revelation as I thought. I feel like they dragged out a lot of stuff. Like a lot of it was a lot of talking with, uh, with Mockingbird and all those guys and the secret Hydra, new Shield, the real Shield type thing and all that. It definitely is interesting to see what's gonna happen with next week's episode, and maybe, you know, it'd be cool to see maybe next week's episode from what it looks like. Maybe we could kind of see something like Sky controlling her power somehow with these new gloves that Simmons made, and definitely since she's out in the woods and she's just fighting these guys who are on which look like planes. Maybe she could just use the ground. She's there's no civilians. She's just in the middle of nowhere. I think that'd definitely be cool to see her just out in the open with nothing but guys who want to capture her and type thing and stuff like that. So if she doesn't care about anyone and there's no civilians in too close at all, then I think that definitely is a cool idea, maybe potential idea of her, full on. Maybe eventually I'd like to see, like, maybe we could see her something, use her powers full. I mean, I think I'd love to see her pretty much just open the earth and just have someone fall through and just clamp shut it, stuff like that. That would be cool to see. Maybe not to next week or something like that, but who knows. This week's episode, was, like I said, it was a little bit slow. It was nice to see Ward back, but his relationship with Agent 13, it just feels kind of boring. It's not really interesting. I mean, it was interesting him changing from May to Sky, and hearing May's voice over Sky and stuff like that. All that different thing was weird. I find it weird that it can change. She can change her physical appearance, but she can't change her voice and stuff like that. I don't see where she couldn't. I think at the end she did. She turned it off, but I don't see how she couldn't change her voice or anything like that. But who knows? Who knows? Definitely, it was okay. This episode, it wasn't. It was very dragged on, very long and stuff like that. So I give this episode a 7 out of 10. But I definitely can't wait. But it looks like it's definitely going to be building up for a good episode of a non-stop episode. I think it was kind of needed, this episode, based off the trailer for next week's, being that next week is going to be, looks like it's going to be full on just action. They could have a long talking episode to make an episode. The next week's episode is just to be full on. They're like, okay, I'm going in, and that's it. Next week we're going to get right into it. They're going to be just there. We're going to probably start the next week's episode with Mackie in, or someone. We just got with Coulson walking up to Mac and going, "What are you really doing?" and stuff like that, and then boom, that's where they do all that stuff. So I think that's probably where they're heading for next week. So I think it's definitely needed, having this slow episode. Yeah. So let me know what you think, guys, in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.